Hello and welcome back to the Object Repository demo. In the previous videos, we've created a library project, used it to develop a process type project, and seen how easy it is to update UI automation in processes built using a UI library. In this video, we'll find out how we can extract a UI library from an already existing process type project, which was built using the modern design experience. This can be very useful when we get a requirement to build multiple processes for the same application and we already have the descriptors that we need captured in a project. Let's get started. In this example, the application that we need to build more processes for is UiDemo, and the process that we've already built enters a transaction into the app. Our process types the values into the three fields, gets the transaction number, and clicks Accept. As you can see, the UI interaction is based on the modern design experience. This ensures that even though we don't have any descriptors defined in the Descriptor tab of the Object Repository, we'll find all of the targets used in the project in the UI Activities tab. Now, if we check in the Designer panel, we can see that even though the activities in the project are compatible with the Object Repository, they do not use the Object Repository yet. This means that the targets are defined in the activities and not from the Object Repository. Let's add a descriptor to the Object Repository. To add descriptors, we simply select the Add to Object Repository icon for the activity containing the UI element target. Let's start with Use Application Card. Of course, we need to add the application first. To do this, we click the Quick Add button in the Add Screen to Object Repository window. We'll enter the name of the application, UiDemo, and click Create Application. Let's click Finish in the main window to add the screen descriptor to the Object Repository. Note that the app and screen descriptors are now visible in the Descriptors tab of the Object Repository. The next step is to add the UI element descriptors to the Object Repository. Let's start with the Cache In field. In the Add Element to Object Repository window, we set the type as Input and save the changes. We have two more input elements to repeat these steps for. For the next element, let's look at an alternate way to do this. From the list of UI activities, we can right-click on the target to be added and select the Add to Object Repository option. From here, the procedure is the same as earlier. We select the descriptor type and click Finish, and it's done. For the third input field descriptor, we repeat the steps to add it to the Object Repository. We can choose either one of these ways to add the descriptor. Next, we add the transaction number element. Note that it's not mandatory to change the type property. Leaving the default element option in the drop-down menu will not affect execution. However, selecting the descriptor type will help a developer using the UI library get a clear idea of the type of target element the descriptor holds. For the transaction number UI element, let's select Label as the type and save the changes. The log message does not have a descriptor and there is no UI interaction involved. The last element is the Accept button. We repeat the same steps to add this element to the Object Repository, specifying the type as Button. With this, we've now successfully added all of the descriptors in our project to the Object Repository. At the moment, these descriptors are defined in the UiDemo project alone and not the library. Before we're able to share them and reuse them across projects, we need to extract them to a library. To do this, we click the Extract as UI Library project icon next to the UiDemo application descriptor in the Descriptors tab. Then, we confirm the name and description of the new library into which we're extracting the descriptors and click Create. We click Yes in the confirmation dialog box to open the library project as we need to publish it. This action opens the extracted descriptors in a library project. After opening the extracted UI library, we can publish it and use it in other workflows. As this is a UI library, just as the one shown in the first video, it's only created for the UI objects. To publish the project, we click Publish. In the Package Properties tab, we review the package name and version and confirm that they're OK. Then we click the Next button and review the Publish options and publish the library. We get a confirmation that the library was published successfully. Now, let's go back to the automation project and add the library to the project. To do this, let's right-click Dependencies, select Manage, select the library that we've created, install the dependency, and save it. To check, we open the main workflow and see that all of the descriptors used in the project are the ones from the library as well. Now, since the library shown in the objects repository contains all of the descriptors used in this project, we can delete the project UI descriptors. The descriptors used in this project are now the ones from the UI library. Let's test this. And it works as intended. This brings us to the end of this video series on the object repository. In this video, we've added descriptors from an existing automation project to the object repository and then extracted them to a UI library to use them in other automation projects. For a quick recap on the object repository series, we've created library projects, captured descriptors using a wizard, added variables to descriptors, published the libraries, used them to create and quickly update automation projects, and extracted libraries from existing processes. We hope this training gave you some ideas on how to develop better UI automation projects faster. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy automation!